Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Curse Breakers.
Am I a problem?
As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
I can cry on command if you want to.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
Okay, trial and error. Let's do the Sidequests.
Scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
I'm really good at trial and errors. Let's get whatever that is.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Probably not, no. Over there. Oh, look, there's another side quest. Yes, you can trust it, because like when I'm actually emotional, I just
There might at least
cry.
have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
I'm nervous.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service,
I'm not quite sure
Master.
what you mean by
Please,
will be the
just
2.0
sit.
of the franchise.
There are
Like,
no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh,
it didn't
of
go
course.
white.
Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am, but I swore I'd face them, just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine curse breaker.
Personally,
So,
I don't think it's a
what?
sequel because it's just like
Have I
one
passed?
big game that already exists.
You haven't even started
Just
yet.
like put into
Now listen.
different batches because like it's just it would like take 20 years like
Not
if they
far from
would put it
here
as
is an
one big
Imperial
game
lookout,
out.
Eastwatch.
So I
The
personally
guards
don't
there
think it's a
record all their
sequel.
sightings in a logbook.
It is just
You
like
want to find it
a second part to the same
and bring
game.
it here.
And
And
bring it here.
I
Right.
think it's gonna be good, but like
Anything else?
let's not
No.
say it's the biggest
Sneaking
thing
into a
Square Enix
heavily
ever
guarded
put out without
Imperial
even
outpost
knowing
and
what it
stealing the
is.
logbook would be
It's
quite
not a sequel.
sufficient.
It's still the same
You
game.
need to assess the situation.
It is still
determine a
Final
point
Fantasy
of
VII.
entry, create a distraction and
It is
effect
not
an
a
escape,
sequel in that part.
all without being discovered and
It
thrown
is
into an
still
Imperial
following
EBS.
mostly the narrative point of view
Gav isn't our
of
best
the
scout
original
because he
Final
can do
Fantasy VII
everything.
game.
It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits. Right. I won't let you down.
It's putting its own twist on it, but it's like still the same thing.
It shouldn't be as
That's
dangerous as I
not
made
how
out.
a sequel.
But keep a weather
Honey.
eye on him all the same, would you?
Honey, do
On my
you
way.
know that the remake is based on one game?
All right,
On one
Ember.
big game?
Impress me.
That's not a sequel. Like, Final Fantasy X-2 is a sequel to Final Fantasy X. Because that one was, like, completed in one game. Remake is not completed in one game. No. We can argue about what it is, but it's not a sequel. It is a part 2. And it is a part 3. That's exactly what they call it themselves. They don't call it a sequel either. They call it part 1, part 2, part 3. It's like you have like 3 different CDs of one game. Would you say that Final Fantasy 8 or Final Fantasy 7 is like sequels to each other just because like you switch out the CDs? I wouldn't say that. It is still one big game. It is one conclusive big game. It's not a TV show with like season 1, season 2 and anything. It's a game. It is based on one big game And because like nowadays graphics, yada yada, everything around it would take too long to put it out as one game, they had to like split it into parts.
Perhaps young Ember really is
so
ready.
That they have like a bit more time with development and everything. I mean, like Remake came out for PlayStation 4 and Rebirth is already coming out for PlayStation 5. Now imagine if they would like work on just like one big game. How many times? That was the issue with 15. They had to switch consoles and everything so many times that everything was just fucked up. So that's why they can't do that. At least they learned about that.
Through me.
Oh, nice. Honey, I can't see. Yay, easy. Yeah, it's not really worth much, I see. I also have so many points I'm not doing anything with.
Ember, are you?
He should be okay? Hello?
Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
Oh wait, chest. I didn't go the other chest because it teleported me away. Oh, I hate it. I forgot. Oh.
A fortress.
But Caelynx itself isn't it calling it as
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is
Caelynx
Ember?
is the part that's like putting it out.
Thought I'd find him with you.
It's because like something is written like that. They don't know our fate.
I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis.
And if you tell me it's IGN, I'm not even gonna listen to that.
His sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh?
Oh, there he is.
How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What?
I mean...
Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, as heir. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the Hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
Oh my.
This won't be an easy decision.
Yeah. Okay, but there is one in here. Let me get that side quest real quick. And then we go back to the Hideaway.
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the markets.
Oh yeah, what is about the Duke?
Saw the captain just now. Your town needs you.
Ruffy, as I said, we both have opinions, they're both valid. I can still have a different opinion than you.
Do you have a moment,
My
Clive?
opinion isn't
What is
wrong.
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly.
And I think
His Eminence has
you
assumed
could, like,
full control of the garrison.
be a bit
and
more
put every
open-minded and
able-bodied
don't
man
just
to
call
work
people
on the
brain dead.
fortifications.
Like,
The
that's
town
not
was left all
nice.
but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So
You
I
don't
was
like a game,
wondering
that's totally
if
fine.
you would
You don't
lend
have to
them your
like every
strength,
game. I also don't like every
that the
game that
people of
people praise
Northreach
high.
might sleep easier.
Like,
if only
maybe
for a
don't
few
go
nights.
into a stream of someone who is obviously having fun with the game and like
course.
is liking it with
Whatever
the
you need.
gameplay, with the story,
Thank you,
with everything
Clive.
around it,
What
and just
would I
like
do without
be
you?
negative about it. Like, you
Philippe
don't have to
told me
watch
he
it.
had men
You're
stationed
welcome to
at-
be here.
Where can
You're
I find the
welcome to be in
mistress of
chat
this
and chat with
establishment?
other people and
Here,
have
my lady.
discussions. I'm absolutely
To whom
open for
do I
that.
have the pleasure of
But I am
speaking?
not open for that,
My
for
name is
calling
Sabine,
people simply brain
and
dead
it is
and
my
like telling them that their
displeasure to be the
opinion
daughter
is
of the
like
Duke
worth
of
shit
Oriflamme,
and just like
who
not
I
right.
understand is causing you
That
and
is
your
not
town
okay.
no small amount of trouble.
That is never
I
okay.
wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
Is she the daughter of the
Would
Duke
make him do this.
that we all can't
I
stand?
would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the
graphic just
opinions of
loaded in.
anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him by all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
So, we are going back to the ship first. Let's finish up our uncle's quest. Not uncle's quest. The sentry one.
You should have seen him.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back.
What is it, babe?
Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope.
honey.
Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of
Honey,
prey.
that's the microphone.
But he didn't lose heart.
Please.
He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril.
Yeah,
All
well...
I've gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, there.
Okay.
But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things rarely do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Quest complete? Quest complete. How many points do we needed? I think 2, 3, something, didn't we? I think it's a tiny bit more. Okay, I would say we're doing... What do you think? Let me read the table. Then we're finishing off the Sidequest with Isabel. And then we're gonna do the other Sidequests and the finale next time. Does that sound like a plan? Because it's late and like, I think like if I would go through all these Sidequests, it's going to be way too late for the finale. The Treunity Accord, signed in Port Isolde by representatives from Rosario, Dalmicia, and Sanbrook. This mutual accord sets the stage for a new age in Stormwind, not officially, but at least in spirit. Lawyersman Harpocrates' best-loved writing implement, whose ink has penned many a learned tome. It is said that the long quills of the Stolos become imbued with the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. The words just waiting to pour out onto the page. So should the day come that Clive puts down his sword and picks up the pen, he shall not find his one and only insurmountable enemy in writer's block. Oh, cute. Okay. It's up here.
He'd have our coin.
Yeah. Let's go here.
So you are content to abandon... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison.
Still only 6 hours.
Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship
I
seems
knew
to have
I
a way
put the
with
only
people.
there.
Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man.
Oh, you don't dare, Cat.
We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
Okay, let's go over there.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Yeah. No worries.
All yours, Torgal.
They're not really worth anything. More? More to come.
Now, Torgal.
So we hit something? Oh wait. How about you don't cure, you annoying little thing? Wrong one. Come here. Okay, it's hard to actually get them.
Stay down.
Please stay down, yes. Come on.
This one.
Good. Izu Pizu. We're definitely gonna get another level up. I don't think we're gonna get 2 because we need so much XP.
Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive, it's me.
It's okay. Torgal is not mad at us for that.
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, there's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time. We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other, but from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's
What
been
should
busy
I do
working
when
her
war
magic
breaks
on
out?
the townspeople. stirring up ill feeling towards her father. But she'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dane was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of
What
those
does
things,
that
I'm
mean?
running back to town screaming blue murder.
Does that mean you're not like me? Excuse me? Excuse me, are you saying that like I want to fight these things? Oh god, cat, you're gonna fall. Babe. Babe, take care.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as
Bullshit.
Krieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other.
It kinda
but with
does.
a threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore. You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Brandit.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Griega.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order.
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
Whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell.
Deserved.
The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers? unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise.
Because that hurt him personally. The capital was like the capital.
I'll make my way
He
up the
doesn't
road to
care about that.
I fought a
But
few of
that
these
one
things.
was personal.
And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
All right. But take care.
Thank you. Both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
Okay, that's a pretty long side quest. I choose for my last side quest of the day. Isn't that always the same for me? Just one less shrine, and the shrine takes us like an hour.
Steel in the hands of every man or woman.
Just one less quest, and the quest takes us an hour. Call me free. Coming to your aid. Let's go.
This is more like it. Come
Here.
on, then. Test me.
Come here, all of you.
It's over. Torgal, kill!
Oh, not what I want.
Now, Torgal! Attack! Second! Thor! Attack! This one!
Yeah.
Get him!
Take whichever.
It's over!
Oh, one more.
Is it over? No.
Probably not, no.
It's only just begun.
You know the drill, sweetie. So. Those first. So we get rid of these annoying little spectrals. Hello. That's okay.
Get him! Nice try.
Yeah. We probably have to do 2 rounds.
All yours, Torgal. Now, Torgal.
Huh. You thought you got me there, huh? Huh?
Over here.
Bitch. You did not. Nothing's gonna...
Get him.
I got him down too fast.
Go, Torgal.
Nothing's up already.
This one. Now, Torgal. Get him. Go, Torgal. Over here. Go, Torgal. Attack.
That's okay.
Enough.
There we go. Bye bye. Sleep well. Level up? Ah, not yet. Next time we're playing this, then we're gonna get to level up.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
Let's get back. Let's see. Anyone still in one, please? Okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm getting teleported back. works hard.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls at the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
Don't question. Don't mention it.
You
it's
were
fine.
right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart, to be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence.
Was it?
You
Questionable.
were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again. As did you, Sabine. His radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that. And I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your
The Duke
Eminence,
is an Ultima.
Your Ladyship.
You can have some
I do
character
not doubt
development.
that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed.
Don't you ever
In
call
these
her a
dark
whore again.
times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm,
True.
but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, my lady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you.
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning, not only for Sanbreque, but for us.
Whee!
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
This quest is just never ending, is it? I wanna go to bed. Nah.
There's no need to worry yet.
Through here, through there, around the
I saw
corner.
several soldiers being carried to the Vale.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Actually, we don't.
Very well. Long ago,
Babe, you're gonna fall down
I had
again.
a life in the crystalline dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the veil that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived.
So sad.
But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
It was a cute quest. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, we gotta level up. Never mind, it's this stream already. 46! I got another orichalcum. Ay, ay, ay. 2 more out here, and then a bunch more in here. Just gonna check if there's anything I can grab here, and then that's gonna be it for today. Yes, we're gonna read the letters. I'm gonna go over here real quick. Is it the dude or the girl? It's the dude, I don't need that. It is. Let's go into my study real quick. It's nice how they like conclude all the little story parts that you had throughout the game. I like that. The emblem of the whale, Northreach's far-famed house of ill repute. The town is the gateway to the imperial capital of Oriflamme, where waves of old money and new lap against the opposing sides of the Great Wall. However, the whale's proprietor Isabella knows it's best to save a haven in a storm. A town that took in her hand the man she loved, and the rest of the world shunned them. It gives a lot of, like, character depth. Yes, indeed. Oh god, okay. We're gonna read that, and that's gonna be it for today. Clive, it occurs to me that a single word of thanks does not nearly suffice to express my gratitude for reuniting me with from a distance. A tale made me who I am today, and yet I thought that I should never set eyes upon it again. That those who took it from me had forever robbed me of a part of myself. But now I am whole again, thanks to you. I regret that I can only fill in the gaps in your knowledge, and not the holes in your soul. For which reason I shall ever be in your debt. Ithrid, you have my sincerest gratitude for reuniting me with Master Harpocrates, that I might embark upon this most important of journeys. My heart's free of regret, though in these past few moons I've come to realize that the longer I spend in the company of you and your brother, the deeper I find myself in your debt. We must swiftly see to the menace that is Chill. I have some more side quests to do. If not to save the world, to save me from an eternity of recompense. Thank you, Clive, for ever indulging the whims of this doddering old soul. I'm ashamed that, for far too many years, I allowed stubbornness and fear to keep me from something so simple as letting a friend know how proud I was of him. Your intervention has lifted a heavy pall from my heart. Perhaps, upon your triumphant return from the skies, you might be inclined to set to page that quill I gifted you. There are many of us who would hear a first-hand account of your time with the Holy Prince, myself included. Bringing together 3 men from different backgrounds was not to be without some difficulty. However, come together we did, for a better Valisthea. The triunity was but a first step. A longer, more bitter journey awaits us all, one that will almost certainly end in hardship. Yet, what matters most is not the destination, but what we can learn from one another while on the road there. You have paved the road for us with your courage, Clive. Now we must have the courage to walk it. Your loving uncle, did you see that at the end? Here, not long removed from, unless you place yourself between us and peril, I sit and pen yet another letter in which I try and find the words to somehow express the gratitude of an entire town. Still, something feels different about our latest triumph, where in the past we leaned ever so heavily upon your good graces. This time, we found strength elsewhere, in ourselves. Our hardship has shown us that which should have been apparent all along. We are not as different as we want to believe. Aaron. I'm in the middle of reading a very heartfelt letter. Does a peasant love his homeland and he lasts in a noble? Does a bearer love his family and he lasts in another man does his own? It is this love that has united us and given us true strength. Should every thrall, Akashic, bandit, and brigand in the realm come charging our gates, we will not fret, we will not falter, we will fight. Aaron! Stop it! My god. Okay, let me save. Let me save. Yes, I would like to overwrite this. We're alone this time. Sad. Sad.